Congratulations, your visa has been approved. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel Boliye Sharma ji. And if you're new to this channel, please do hit that subscribe button in order to stay connected with my journey within United States, wherein I try to create different vlogs and other educational content. Now the topic of this video is very interesting and has been requested by many of my juniors, and I thought it would be good to share my experience with you all around the visa interview process. And in this video we'll be talking about the F-1 student visa. Now, why am I making this video? First of all, I am not a legal or any kind of an immigration specialist, but I do have experience giving 3 US visa interviews. The first one was in 2014 for my B1 B2, second was in 2016 for my F1 student visa, and the last one was in 2019 for my H1B work visa. So I definitely have some experience around the process and I would want to share that with you. So let's begin the video. So let's talk about documents first, and there are different categories of documents that you have to carry. The first one is an essential that you really have to carry, and under this there are different sets of documents. The first would be your old and new passport, obviously. Then you need to carry your I-20 and make sure you sign it, that has been issued by your college. The third would be your service fee confirmation saying that you paid the service fees. The fourth would be the DS-160 confirmation as well. So these are the 4 essential that you have to carry. So the next one is focused on your education and work related documents. So you need to ensure that you carried your transcript, your undergrad degree certificate, your resume, then have your GRE and TOEFL card ready. Also need to ensure that you have the admit letter from other colleges, and also if you have received some kind of a scholarship or merit award from your college that you are appearing for the visa interview. Then for work, you need to carry your work experience letter saying that you work from this state to this state and this was your designation. And if you can, carry your pay slips as well, and if you have the IT returns. Category is finance related documents and probably the most important one. So first of all, if you have taken a loan, carry a loan sanction approval letter. Let's say if your relative or your parents are sponsoring your education, do carry the affidavit of support / sponsor intent letter. Then you need to carry like 6 months of their bank statement saying that they have adequate amount of funds with them. Then let's say if the person is employed, do carry their 3 months of pay slip and a letter of employment, and also need to carry I think 3 years of IT return of that person. Now let's say if the person is not employed and they are having their own business, do carry like a letter of ownerships, and also having the bank balance saying that they have the sufficient fund. Next category would be to have like proof of fund. If you have like fixed deposits or other bank's savings statement, do carry that. The last would be, and this is not really required, but having a letter from a CA saying that you have a property and you have like a buffer fund in terms of gold, bonds and something else can also be helpful. There are 3 important things that they usually look for. First one is that is the student aware and they are kind of knowing what the program is, and do they really have the intent to attend that program. Second, again an important one, do they have the right level of finance support to ensure that they'll be not coming to US and then not have funds and become like a beggar or an immigrant or something like that. Now the third one is, and this is a very dicey one, it's mostly around the process whether based upon your responses, have you shown an intent to migrate, or is you are a credible student or not. Say the number 1 would be to stay calm and try to be very honest with your answers. These visa officers, they have like years of experience and they have interviewed like thousands of candidates. So the moment you start lying, you will be finished and you won't get your visa. It will be rejected for sure. So the second category is to ensure that you do research. When I say research about your university, research about your program. You should know about your curriculum in and out, number of credits, number of hours that you'll be doing weekly. Even small things like I remember it's a funny thing, but a person was asked what is the mascot of your college. So just make sure that you do a good amount of research, have like the rankings ready, and above all, why do you want to join that particular university? what is your intent, how it's aligned to your goal, and what is the one or two things that's most attractive about that program that you have not seen any, and that's why you chose that particular program. So research. Do not mug up, but be like aware about different facts related to your college, your program, and why do you want to go there. The last advice would be to practice, and I cannot emphasize this, that it's so important to practice your answers and not mug up, but have like a systematic approach that, if asked this, you'll be answering it in this ways, and these are the bullet points that you can speak about. So do ensure that you practice your answers. What I would recommend, to practice it with your friends or families, and if not, you can simply go, and that's what I also did, practice in front of mirror to see your expressions, and if you're smiling, if you're nervous, even simple things like just recording yourself on a phone or just seeing your expressions can really help and make a big difference. So do ensure to practice a lot. So there are like couple of standard questions which gets asked in like 90% of the interviews. So the first one is, why are you going to US? And when the interviewer asks this, you just simply cannot say I'm going to US for my studies and just stop. Provide more details, something like you're going to study for your masters in computer science from XYZ university. Let's say if you have some kind of a funding or something, you can say that. So the next standard question is, why this particular college and why this course? And this is like the question wherein you start getting into more details and trying to provide more information, and try not to be super generic saying that this is one of the top programs and I really like this, but instead of what are the one or two factors which was attractive about this program. Was it the faculty member, was it the student faculty ratio, or the achievements of the faculty, or the courses that's been offered? It's kind of aligned to your past field, and this is where you want to kind of grow, and this is where this particular university is offering, which no other university is kind of offering. So try to get into those details and not just kind of leave the answers hanging. The next important one in the list is, what are your long-term plans? And this is where it gets tricky, and do not want to give them a hint, an idea that you are a potential immigrant and you have a long-term plan of staying back in US, but instead try to focus upon scenarios which can link back to your country, be it your future plans of opening a company or working for a firm, or even being a single child trying to take care of your parents would be a good one. You can say that at least for 1 year you will try to utilize the OPT program to gain some exposure, and then come back to your country to open a similar firm or try to work for a area, let's say data science, which is kind of booming in India right now. So you can kind of say on those grounds that analytics, data science is something which is coming up in India, and you would want to probably excel in that field, learn and give back to your country, some things on those grounds. Few of the other questions which people find tricky is, do you have a relative in US? Simply say, if you have someone, be aware about their visa status, and also if possible carry their visa copy printout or something. Do not lie or do not kind of fake around that. Just simply say the relationship and the duration that person has been. Be aware about their job profile and what do they do, where they are. This will help you. Trust me, do not lie on this one. The next one on the list is around, when they ask about the funding, try to have like exact details around the amount that's been approved as part of your loan, and the person who is sponsoring, what's their relationship with you, and how much amount they are sponsoring. What is your fees? You need to know like per credit fees, how many hours will you be taking up the course for, and all of these details are super important. So try to kind of remember those details. So I have been reading interview experiences for people recently. Due to COVID, it has changed a lot, and right now, to be honest, there are like less number of visa interviews that's available. So usually the average time, earlier I think for me specifically it was like 1 minute, but now the average duration of the visa interview has gone up to like 3 to 5 minutes, and then they start getting into details about the program, number of credits that you have, and then your finance related information. So even if the interview goes for like 5 minutes, do not get nervous. If you're answering everything correctly and honestly, you'll get your visa. So in order to conclude, I would say that first and foremost, reach on time for your visa interview and dress professionally. Do not go in like super casual clothes, and be presentable. Next would be to practice your answers. Very important to practice your answers and be aware about very minute things like the number of credits, the course, the curriculum, the finances, the numbers. So do that. Then last one would be to be honest and control your breath. I know it can get nervous, but just take deep breaths and you will be fine. Do share in the comments once you have given your interview and you want to share it with everyone, or else if you want to share some other questions that I might have missed. There are like tons of questions and tons of advice. So if you are a senior or if you are a person who has already appeared, do share your advice with everyone in the comments below. So let's go and see my interview experience that I have tried to create. Good morning, officer. How are you doing today? Good morning. Can you pass me a passport and I-20, please? Sure. So, why are you going to USA? Going to US to pursue my Master of Science in Information Systems with concentration in Big Data Management and Analytics from Robinson College of Business, Georgia State University, Atlanta, Georgia. So, why GSU? Why not any other college? Yeah, sure. So, Georgia State currently offers a unique program which is currently ranked as number 9th in the information systems world. And this program offers a mix of technical and management subjects, which is kind of perfectly aligned to my goals. And I'm going to pursue my specialization in big data analytics, and that is a field in which I really like. So, who is going to sponsor your education? My father and my uncle are sponsoring my education. Okay, and what do they do? So my father is currently working as an assistant general manager with his bank, and my uncle is a retired general manager from bank. I have the required funds. If you like to see, I can show the funds information. Yeah, it's not needed. Don't worry about that. Sure. So I see you went to USA in some other year as well. Can you let me know what was that about? I visited US in June of 2014 as part of one of the competitions called as MATE ROV. That's an underwater robotics competition, and I got a chance to represent India in my college in that competition. The team comprised of 10 students, and we were there for a total duration of 22 days. Out of that, 6 days were spent on the competition, and for the remaining time, we explored various cities within United States. Congratulations, your visa has been approved. Thank you so much. You'll get your passport in 2 to 3 business days, and all the best for your education. Take care. Yeah, have a nice one. You too. Have a nice officer.